Hey there, welcome or welcome back to The Magic in the Music. I'm Jen. Today I'm going to help you to understand exactly what Disney Vacation Club is and explain the basics of how it works. If you find this video helpful, be sure to comment and subscribe down below so that you know every time we have new videos out for you. You might be wondering, hey Jen, are you a DVC member? Well, yes, our family has a DVC membership and we own multiple contracts at 3 different home resorts. We've stayed in many different accommodations with our DVC points, and it's been a lot of fun for us, but it's not for everybody. And I know people have a lot of questions when they start to learn about it. So today I'm going to be showing you the basics about DVC. And if you find this useful, we have an entire playlist about buying DVC so you can get all the information that you need to make the right decision for you and your family. Our channel is also not sponsored by Disney Vacation Club or any business related to DVC at all. So you can trust that what you're hearing from me is the truth. What is DVC? Disney Vacation Club is Disney's version of a timeshare. It is a points-based timeshare program that is offered by Disney and sold by Disney Vacation Club. You become a member by purchasing a deeded real estate interest in one of the DVC properties. These are located at Disney World in Florida, Disneyland in California, and 3 other locations in the United States. Aulani on Oahu, Hawaii, Vero Beach in Florida, and Hilton Head Island in South Carolina, with the vast majority of the locations being at Disney World. So as you can imagine, the majority of DVC members are people like us who frequent Disney World. What do you get when you become a DVC member? And how do you become a member? Well, you buy a contract, and that's what turns you into a DVC member. Each contract has a set number of vacation points that can be used to book stays at the DVC resorts. You can book at your home resort, the resort from which your points originated, starting at 11 months before your check-in date. And you can book at other resorts outside your home resort starting at 7 months before your check-in date, as long as there's room at that resort. So is it hard to book at these other non-home resorts? Sometimes it can be. It really depends on what you are trying to book. And it also depends on how busy it is at that time. So if you're trying to book the least expensive room at Disney World, that's always going to be hard to book. But if you are trying to book something that has a large inventory and there are many rooms available and it's not a peak travel time, you probably are going to be able to book the room that you want. So it's really going to vary a lot from season to season and accommodation types as well. I have some other videos showing 7-month availability, and I'm going to go ahead and link them up here in the corner so that after you watch this video, you can go check those out and get an idea of what availability looks like for switching to other resorts other than your home resort. How do you know how many points it's going to cost you for your DVC stay? You can find this information on the DVC website or on other independent websites, and I will link those in the description for this video. Reservation costs can vary wildly from as little as 8 points per night up to 150 plus points per night. I know, that's really expensive. And so, you have to remember that when we're talking about these, something that is very low point cost might only sleep 2 or 4 guests, whereas something that is very high point cost might sleep 12 guests, and it might allow you to watch fireworks from your balcony on New Year's Eve. So you have to kind of consider the different things that you're getting for these different points costs. They are not an apples to apples comparison. What kind of accommodations can you book with DVC? DVC resorts feature a few different types of villas. The first is Studio Villa, which closely resembles a standard hotel room, but it has a small kitchenette in it as well. And the standard layout is to have a fold-out couch and then a queen bed. So if you love to have a king bed, you're not going to be wanting to book studios. You'll want to move up to the next type, which is a 1-bedroom unit. 1-bedroom villas have a separate bedroom and a living room plus a full kitchen. Now, everything from 1-bedroom and larger is also going to have a washer and dryer, which is a huge perk for a lot of guests. 2-bedroom villas have a living room and a full kitchen, and 2 separate bedrooms. This is great if you have a larger traveling party and you want that door between you and other guests in the unit. 3-bedroom units, many of which are called grand villas, have a living room and a full kitchen and typically 3 separate bedrooms. They also have the separate washer and dryer, and all of these with the full kitchen, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, normally would have a full kitchen with a full-size refrigerator, a range, oven, range, microwave, dishwasher, garbage disposal, all the typical amenities that you would expect to find in a kitchen. So if you want to be cooking on your vacation, that's where you can do it. There are also special room types that some resorts will offer. These include things such as tower studios, bungalows, tree houses, and more. And this is going to be very specific to each individual resort. Riviera has tower studios. Saratoga Springs has tree houses. The Polynesian has bungalows. So it's really going to depend on what specific amenities are offered at that resort and what is kind of unique to each resort. Are there any restrictions on how you can use the points? Well, yes, maybe. If you purchase a resale contract today, those points will be ineligible to be used at Disney's Riviera Resort and future new DVC properties. There's also a restriction on Riviera Resort contracts that are purchased as resale. If purchased on the resale market, Riviera points can only be used at Riviera Resort and no other DVC resorts. Yeah, it's really annoying. This is not a popular policy, and I think it's something that most of us DVC members would like to see changed in the future. And why do they do this? Well, obviously, to discourage people from purchasing resale points. There are some disadvantages to purchasing resale points, mainly convenience and these restrictions that we discussed. But for many people, they still find tremendous value in purchasing their points on the resale market. We have more information about resale versus direct in our Buying DVC playlist, which I will link to this video. Are DVC accommodations equivalent to a Disney Deluxe resort? Well, mostly. Disney Deluxe resorts share amenities and even buildings with DVC properties, so the experience tends to be very similar with one main exception. There is no daily housekeeping in a DVC unit. Housekeeping will come every 4 days, but they will come in daily to empty your trash. The DVC resorts also don't offer club level rooms, which is something you would experience with most of the other deluxe resorts. The one exception is Animal Kingdom Lodge. There is a club level category at Animal Kingdom Lodge, but it is a very, very limited quantity of rooms, so you should definitely not buy DVC expecting to book those club level rooms. What if you don't want your DVC contract anymore? Can you sell it? Well, yes, you can, and that's one of the things that makes DVC so great. Truly, one of the biggest perks about Disney Vacation Club is that there is a thriving resale market for DVC contracts. Buyers typically have no problem finding someone to purchase their contract for similar to what they paid, and depending on how long you owned it, maybe even more than what you paid. So unlike most other timeshares, DVC contracts don't lose all of their value, and they historically have appreciated in value. Now, of course, you have to be realistic about this. If you buy DVC tomorrow and you try to sell it next month, you're going to lose money. But if you purchase a DVC contract and then you hang on to it for 7 to 10 years, use it, get a lot of value out of it, and then turn around and want to sell it on the resale market, you're very likely to get back almost all, if not all of the money you put into it. And you might even actually make money. So while it is not an investment, I want to be really clear that Disney Vacation Club is not an investment, and you don't want to assume that you're going to get your money back. It certainly is going to have more payoff than if you simply spent that money on a hotel room. All right, so how much is a DVC contract? This is the big question that I know everybody is wondering. The cost of a DVC contract can vary wildly depending on which home resort you're purchasing and whether you're purchasing directly from Disney Vacation Club or on the resale market. We have another video discussing the costs of DVC and whether it's worth it, and you can watch that video right here. I'll link it right above for you. Be sure to check out that video as soon as this one is over. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and at themagicinthemusic.com. We have a shop there even if you want to support what we do. Tell us in the comments if you are a DVC member or if you're considering purchasing DVC. Or if you think that DVC is terrible, because some of you do. I see you. I know you're there. Be sure to check out this playlist right over here. We also think you're going to find this video here really helpful. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a fantastic day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.